You're listening to RTL SA.
You are indeed, and it's that time of the day on a Thursday when we get into Ask Noel, and you can ask me anything, literally, and I will try my best to answer it as accurately as possible, but mostly from my perspective with my opinion. And Lauren never disappoints. She always sends me tough questions when they are relatable to me and how I feel about things. And the first question she asked me was three words that I would use to describe myself. I haven't looked at these questions yet, so I haven't had time to think about it. Awesome, legend, like Bob would agree, and introspective. I think if I have to be serious, I'm quite introspective. What makes you smile when you have a bad day? Oh, many things. Generally, my kids, for one, they make me smile when even on a good day, because they are characters of note, as you would expect, being my offspring. Oh dear. Yeah, so definitely that. And if I'm feeling a little down, I just get onto YouTube, watch some motivational videos, or alternatively some comedy and stuff like that. So if you're having a bad day, just don't try and think about it. Just throw yourself into some distraction that is light-hearted. That's my advice. And the first question I would ask a lady when I'm on a date: how are you? I don't know. Are you being more specific? Okay, tell me about yourself. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. It's just like you go with the flow and things like that, man. Oh, Lauren, stop asking me questions about myself. Bob asked, is the national shutdown planned for tomorrow going to happen? And the short answer is no. It's not going to happen. I don't think it ever was going to happen. But to elaborate a little bit more on that, the EFF last week suggested a national shutdown on this coming Friday, being tomorrow, the 10th of June. Since then, however, it's just become pretty much a hashtag, because even Santaco have distanced themselves from it. Initially, people thought that the taxis were going to shut down and whatever, and Santaco have said, no, they're not. And I don't think they can afford to, because of the money that they are losing. But the issue here is, of course, around the fuel price increase. And the EFF obviously have a lot to say all the time about everything, and try rally the masses. And I think they do it more for political gain than anything else. But to my knowledge, and as things stand at the moment, based on some research that I've done, there will not be a shutdown tomorrow. Nothing planned. And like I said, definitely the South African National Taxi Owners Association have said no, they are not getting involved in this. So, wind from the EFF? Probably, as usual. So to answer your question, Bob, no, there is no shutdown tomorrow. Let's take a voice note. I'm nervous because there's like 4 of them that have come through from Sarah.
Hey Noel, are you ever going to stop smoking?
No.
Hey Noel, what's your favorite food for dinner?
I don't know. I've got many favorites, but I would go with lasagna, I think. I love lasagna. Yeah, and I do a pretty mean lasagna myself. I prepare it from scratch. It's a 3 to 4 hour process, and I only do it on special occasions. And I've got 100% strike rate, because one of the people that I did it for married me. So and then I never did it again. So she divorced me. So no, I enjoy my lasagnas. I do a pretty good lasagna myself. I just don't have the patience and the time to do it all the time.
Hey Noel, what do you like to have after you have a hangover? What's the best breakfast or lunch or dinner, depending on what time you wake up?
Why are you so obsessed with food? Hangover breakfast is, of course, anything is as greasy as possible. So a good old bacon and egg roll or something like that is good. But I've also found lately, if I do have a hangover, I quite enjoy a pepper steak pie. It kind of works for me. But it's not so much about what I eat. It's more about what I put in my body, aside from food. And that would be rehydration. So not that I'm endorsing or condoning energy drinks, but I do find that when I've got a hangover, a Panado and an energy drink sort of sorts me out.
Hey, Noel, will you go out with a girl if she's got gross toenails?
Yeah, why not? What have the toenails got to do with anything? No, well, I mean, that's something that can be sorted out, isn't it? The willingness to sort it out, however, would be more important than what the toenails actually look like. So, yeah, to answer your question, no, that is not something that would necessarily put me off, I don't think. And then we got a question from Bob saying, why do women give guys so much grief? And I've been looking forward to answering this question because it's a true story. Women do give guys grief, lots of it. But the flip side is guys give women grief as well. And I don't think that we can categorize it as grief, because I think what we need to do is we need to look at it from the perspective of that each party has a perspective. And you don't necessarily see it the way that she would see it, or she would not see it the way that you see it. Because men generally think differently to women, and vice versa, obviously, because men are quite simple. We are simplistic creatures. We sort of compartmentalize everything. It's, how was your day? My day was fine, cool, conversation over. Whereas a woman, when asked how her day was, will go into a bit more detail and talk about various aspects of the day that all led to her feeling the way she does about the day. And very often, this is where men and women get it wrong. They don't understand why the other person is doing it. And I'm not generalizing, because there are some men like that as well, that will go into more detail and be more specific about many different elements of their day. And I'm just using that question as a simple analogy. And I think the biggest problem in relationships is communication. And the communication starts with seeking first to understand rather than being understood. And that is a key lesson in life when dealing with people in general, when communicating in general, not just within a relationship, not just between man and woman. Seek first to understand before being understood. And I honestly think that if men and women spent more time trying to understand each other rather than trying to make themselves understood, relationships could take on another level, so to say. Another voice note from Lauren.
Hi Noel, are you a naked sleeper or do you like to sleep with a short and a t-shirt?
Ooh, wouldn't you like to know? It depends. It depends totally who I'm in bed with. But but if I'm in bed alone, generally I've got a pair of shorts on, or just my jocks. Yeah, and I don't normally sleep with a shirt on. I normally sleep with the shirt off. Living in Durban, it's quite hot. So, yeah, you would find me generally in my shorts or my jocks when I'm alone. When I'm with someone, however, it depends on the context of that evening, I suppose. If I have to be brutally honest. Okay.
You're listening to RTL SA.